All right, hello everyone. This is a quick video about a question that I received from a shop. They called and said, "Hey Ben, is second color setup included in the refinish time?" And my immediate answer is no, it's not included in the refinish time. But obviously they're asking me for a reason. So they were dealing with another database user, and the other database user said, "Hey, since the part has its own refinish time, second color setup is included." So the scenario is something similar to this vehicle where they had to refinish the door a different color than a body side molding, and the shop had written for a second color setup for the body side molding, and the other database user said, "No, that is included in that body side molding's refinish time because it has its own refinish time." So we presented the procedure pages to the other database user. Here is the refinish time premise. Published refinish times are for one color. We showed them on the underside what it says in the special notation: an additional paint mix is required if the underside color is a different color than the exterior body color. So the underside of, say, like a hood has its own refinish time, and it clearly states that that does not include mixing a different underside color. We also looked at the basic color code application, and nowhere does it say that it does not include a second color, but also in the included portion, it doesn't say that it does include a second color. So again, if it's not on the included list, then it's not included. And one last thing we could look at here is the difference between a major and a minor panel and how that affects refinish time. So a minor panel is anything with a refinish time less than an hour, and those minor panel components do not include time to retrieve color information, including paint chip mix, including the paint chip info, mixing the paint, loading the sprayer, cleaning the sprayer. None of that would be included when a minor panel would be finished independent of a major panel. So if we were only refinishing a body side molding on this door, it wouldn't even, and that body side molding refinish time is less than 1 hour, it wouldn't even include time for the first color setup. And so we'd have to add that on to the estimate. But after all that, after presenting all the procedure pages, the other database user just replied, "Second color setup is included in the refinish time because it has its own refinish time." So this comes down to some problem-solving skills, the difference between deductive reasoning and inductive reasoning. So what we're trying to do with the P pages is deductive reasoning. We're looking at a broad scenario, what the P pages say, and apply it to this specific situation. And that isn't overcoming the objection. So we can flip that reasoning on its head, go to inductive reasoning, and we'll look at specific scenarios to apply to the broad topic. So what I did is I went out and found two similar vehicles. One here, this is a black Lincoln Nautilus. Everything's black on it. And this is a brown Lincoln Nautilus, but the roof on it is refinished that black color, the same as the black one, whereas the black Lincoln, the whole car is the same color, and this Lincoln, the roof is a different color. And you can see there's no break point or anything, there's no roof molding, it's just brown base coat, black base coat, and then it's all clear coated in one continuous process at the factory. So when we plug that into the estimating system, let's say we're finishing the quarter panel, we're finishing the roof, and this is on the black Nautilus, what that would give us. And then on the brown Nautilus, if we're finishing the same quarter panel, we're finishing the roof, what does that all add up to? Well, it adds up to the same amount of refinish time. So what can we reason based on that? So only one thing can be true. Both vehicles include time for a second color setup, and I wouldn't need that on the black Lincoln. Or both vehicles do not include time for a second color setup, and the brown Lincoln will need a manual entry so the technician is not working for free. And that's the variable. The database doesn't know how this vehicle's refinished, if it has a second color or not, so it can't be included. So again, that would be my next problem-solving approach, finding a specific reason and applying it to the broad subject to support that second color setup is not included in any refinish time. And again, that is deductive reasoning and inductive reasoning. So if you like topics like this, I'm doing a couple classes coming up. I'm going to be doing my estimate tips and tricks class coming up in March 7th at AASPI out in Chicago. And you can scan the QR code there to register for that. My class is going to be at 10:15 a.m. And I did this class last year at the Northeast Trade Show. It went over great, and I got invited out to Chicago to present the class out there. Additionally, I am going to be at the Northeast Trade Show again this year, and I am humbled for the opportunity to work along with Mike Anderson. We're doing an all-day estimating class on Friday, March 20th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and you can scan that QR code there to register for the Northeast Trade Show. Thanks for watching, and any questions, feel free to drop me a comment on the video or send me an email. Thank you.